In this video, I want to show you how you can make $100,000 per month consistently in your wholesaling business. Hey, if you're new to this channel, my name is James Hodges, and this channel is all about how to help you take your wholesaling business to 7 figures and build it in a way where it can run without you. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can scale your wholesaling business to $100,000 per month consistently month after month. Now, in order to get to $100,000 per month, there are several components that have to be in place in order to be able to sustain that kind of volume in your business. I'm going to detail out all of those details inside of this video. Now, before I dive into that, I just want to let you know a little bit about my background. If you aren't familiar with my journey of how I built a multiple 7-figure wholesaling business, when I first got started in wholesaling, I was coming from a place where I had almost zero business background, and I made $17,000 the year before I started wholesaling. So in my very first year wholesaling, I was able to go from ground zero to building a $1.1 million wholesaling company in my very first year. And then from that point forward, I've never done less than $100,000 per month in business. And that was over 5 years ago. And not only have I scaled my own businesses to well over $100,000 per month, but I've also helped dozens of other wholesalers and flippers build their businesses to 7 figures and multiple 7 figures as well. And they follow this process. Let's dive into how to get to $100,000 per month consistently. We're wanting to get to $100,000 per month in our business. I like to begin with the end in mind. So if the goal here is to get to $100,000 per month, we need to know exactly how many deals we need to close in order to get to $100,000 per month. So we start with the target and we say, all right, how many deals do I need to close in order to get to $100,000 per month? In order to know that, we have to look at our average profit per deal. So if our average profit per deal right now is $15,000, I'm going to need to close 7 deals in order to get to $100,000 per month in my wholesaling company. Now, if my average profit per deal were, let's say, $20,000, I would only need to close 5 deals in order to get to $100,000 per month. So we have to start with knowing exactly how many deals we need to close consistently in our business. That's the starting point. So now that we have this, now we are going to reverse engineer this. And we say, all right, if I need to close 7 deals or 5 deals in my business, how many contracts do I need to sign? Because if you've been in this business for any length of time, you know that not all of your contracts that you sign with sellers actually make it to the closing table. So let's say you have a 80% contract to close rate. That means that 80% of your deals actually make it to the closing table. That means 20% of the deals that you get under contract fall out. They don't make it to the closing table. So we are going to take a step back, and let's just for simplicity, let's say if I need 5 closed deals, I'm going to need 7 contracts. If I need 7 closed deals, I'm going to need 9 contracts. So we're going to go with this example. I need 5 closed deals because my business, we average over $20,000 per deal. So I need 7 contracts, 7 seller contracts. So in order to get 7 seller contracts, now I need to reverse engineer it a step backwards, and I need to ask myself, how many appointments do we need to attend in order to get 7 seller contracts? So we take a step back, and let's say we have a 20% appointment to close ratio. That means that out of 5 appointments that we attend, we get 1 contract. So that means if that is the case, over the course of a month, we are going to need to attend 35 appointments. So in order to attend 35 appointments, now I need to determine how many leads do we need to generate in order to generate 35 appointments. In our business, in certain marketing channels, I'm just going to go with one marketing channel as an example here. In SMS marketing, for instance, if we have 8 raised hands, then we typically can get 1 appointment out of that, 1 solid appointment, 1 qualified appointment. So if I need 35 times 8, that is 280 leads. That these are sellers who have raised their hand and said, yes, I'm interested in selling my house within the next 60 days. So let's just use this for sake of an example. We need 280 leads in order to generate 35 appointments. Now, how do I get 280 leads? Well, now I've got to go back into my marketing. Now, typically, if you were using a channel like SMS marketing, for example, you're going to have to send 500 text messages to get one qualified seller lead. So one person to raise their hand and say, yes, I'm interested in selling my house in the next 60 days. I'm actually interested in selling. So if we take 280, we multiply that by 500, that comes out to 140,000 texts sent. So 140,000 text messages sent. Now, the only way that we are going to be able to send 140,000 SMS messages is if we have SMS agents who are working for us. You know, if this were the only channel that we were using, which in most cases, I do not recommend to use just one marketing channel, but for sake of this example, if we had to send 140,000 text messages, typically one SMS agent can send 2,000 to 2,500 text messages per day if they are full-time. And so if we take 140,000 text messages sent and we divide that by typically in an average month, there are 22 working days. We divide that by 22, that's 6,363 text messages per day. That's actually pretty reasonable. That's very realistic to hit. So if we have one text message agent, one SMS agent who can send 2,000 to 2,500 text messages per day, that means that on the high end, 3 text agents can send 7,500 messages per day. So we're going to need 3 text message agents in order to hit this volume. So now we go back and we say 3 SMS agents times 2,200 SMS per day. And that is how we literally reverse engineer our way to $100,000 per month. I know there's a lot of writing on here, but guys, if you're going to hit $100,000 per month, predictably and consistently every single month, we have to reverse engineer exactly what's required to hit $100,000 per month. Now, I just broke down exactly how to do this with one marketing channel. Now, my recommendation is that we typically use at least 2 to 3 marketing channels. And so if I were just trying to get there with texting, this is what I would do. But typically I like to hedge my marketing. I like to diversify my marketing to where I have multiple marketing channels. And I never do SMS without cold calling, because whenever we skip trace a list, we get a combination of mobile numbers and landline numbers whenever we get that list skip traced. And that list is an asset that we can squeeze the juice out of that asset to get more deals. So if I have landline numbers, the only way I'm able to hit those landline numbers is with cold calling or voice broadcast. So I want to make sure that I'm using cold calling so that I can hit those landline numbers and I can come at that list from a different angle. And so we can use this exact same process with cold calling, and we can determine that, all right, if I want to do half of my deals from SMS and I want to do half of my deals from cold calling, let's say I want to get 4 contracts from SMS this month, I want to get 4 contracts from cold calling. I'm going to reverse engineer exactly what's required to get 4 contracts from SMS and exactly what's required to get 4 contracts from cold calling as well. And whatever other marketing channel you are using, we have to reverse engineer exactly what's required to be able to hit our targets every single month. And that is how we create predictability, and that's how we create consistency inside of our business. Hey, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did find the video helpful, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up so that we know that you enjoyed it and we can make more videos like this in the future. Also, make sure to leave a comment down below in the comment section if you have any questions so that we can get your questions answered ASAP. And then lastly, if you want more training every single week on how to grow your wholesaling or flipping company to the 7-figure level and beyond, make sure to click the subscribe button and turn all of the notifications on so that you never miss a training video on how to grow your wholesaling business to 7 figures and beyond.